Right, so, as I said before, I'm going to show you how to make or compile FNF source code for Psych Engine 1.0.4. I'll be following a tutorial I found recently to make my own BAT file, which I will be remaking for this tutorial. So, first steps are installing Haxe, which on the screen, I'll say, install the 64-bit or the 32-bit. What I generally would install is the 64-bit. I don't know what's the difference, but it should work either way. So I installed 32 bits. I don't know what the binary does. I think it installs a zip file, which you automatically have to download, but this one automatically gives you an exe file, which you can quickly download what you want. Then the next step is opening Haxe. So because I don't know exactly how these ones work, I'll be copying this off. These ones, I believe, this one changes the echoes to turn off, so these ones don't get caught. So the colors would change to green, and this one opens the file. So which one was it? It will open automatically the setup file. The setup file, the folder in which everything is, it will automatically open it, so everything is downloaded into that. So first step is haxlib set new repo. There's two ways you could do this, which is haxlib setup, which every time you do it, you need to make a new repository and put it as .haxlib, because whenever you try to quickly enter, it will set it to the default, which could be another file. Like if you put it into, I'll use my example, hutau crucify, and my default was set up as quintuplet Funkin. So what it does is it quickly, whenever you press enter, it would say that you put a haxlib file inside quintuplet Funkin, even though you deleted that. So what you want to do is mainly just use haxlib new repo, because it would automatically do everything without you running .haxlib every time. Okay, and because you have this, you can download every haxlib like Flixel, Lime, Flixel tools, and stuff like that. So what the first step is haxlib install Flixel. Then you got haxlib install open a file, haxlib install Lime, haxlib run Lime setup Flixel. Let me fix that. Then you got haxlib, run Lime setup, haxlib install Flixel tools, haxlib install Flixel tools setup. Let me fix this. Both of them actually. Whoops. What is this? Okay. And then I would put haxlib install Flixel. Update. Flixel. I don't think you need this, but it's only for updating Flixel, which I think I'll just leave for it. And then what the next step would be is installing other commands. So according to the haxlib, the tutorials that I follow, there's step 3, which is 4 more commands. Haxlib install Flixel add-on. Haxlib install Flixel UI. Haxlib install hscript. Haxlib install newgrounds. And then the next step is installing Git, which what I would say is it would not show you this entirely, but when you first open it by pressing the link, I'll leave all the links for everything that I'm using, just in case. So whatever the tutorial, the Git, the Haxe, the Flixel, and the source code, I will put a link in the description. So this, when you automatically open it, none of the Windows macOS would be open, and it would just be a blank screen without all whatever is in this area. They won't show it. So what you want to do is you press Windows, because FNF is mainly for Windows. If you're using macOS or Linux, use one of these. But because I'm using Windows, I will show you what to do for Windows. So you would press Git for Windows x64 setup, which is what I mainly would use. And that's all you have to do for the Git. Once that's installed, you press it and it would automatically install for you. I don't think I have to show you. All it does is you press the exe file, you allow it to make changes. I don't think it's a virus, but after that, it would set up installer box, which you would press next, agree to terms and services, and it would automatically install it for you on your desktop, so you can use it. It works fine for me, so I don't know if I think it should be fine. 5 is all the Gits, because you install Git, you can now download these. If you didn't install Git beforehand, I don't think you would be able to use finish making these Gits. And then as I will show you at the end, but you have to install Visual Code Studio in 2019. There is already a file inside of the setup folder called MSVC Windows BAT, which would, when you press it, it would automatically install Visual Code Studio for you. So you shouldn't be having too much trouble. I don't have to make a new file for that. Okay. Now the next one is HX Code C and Brew Script. I'm just following what the tutorial says. I have no clue about most of these, but these ones, I'm just making this for you so you don't have to go through or have to write it all over again, all these things, because it goes new every time. So I would suggest just using this Haxelib BAT file. I will put it on GameJolt so it's easier to put. And then let me just. So now these are the last ones. All these are just to go to the newest versions. Now, what the next steps are is it would automatically install the correct versions for Psych Engine 1.0.4. And after that, it should be able to work. There is 4 more codes, which are Gits. Let me just, oops. All right, let's do this again. And these 4 are going to be the last ones. And then we'll name echo finished. So this one's actually became 40 lines, while this one's just 37. Pause. I will put this at the end. All right. So now this is all the differences. It has everything. Whoops. All right, so this is one of mine that I made before. It doesn't have everything I put in. I just added some extra, but whatever is on here or this, that one was automatically put into the old file, but these are all the ones I inputted. I added a bit of extra to make it more easier for people to download. So like we got Haxelib new repo, makes it much more easier to work with. And then the rest of them are the same. I just wanted to show, I just remade it so I can show you how to make it if you want to make one yourself for a future time. All right. Now the next step is going to releases of the Psych engine and opening 1.0.4 in the releases tab. And for these top 4, these ones are just mainly for the Lua or H script. If you want to do source code, you would have to download one of these. I think it's best to download the zip since it's more easier to extract. tar.gz. I never used it, but if you want to use it, you can. They should be the same either way. Alright. Now that's done. And I will hold on. Now, what I will do is I will move this setup file. Let me just quickly check. Is this the right one? So let me just move this into the setup folder. So this is what you would have to open. So this one, let me open it. This would automatically send you to here, which will tell you you need to have this Haxe, which we talked about. And then these will tell you all the things you need, which I've already put into the BAT file for you, so it should be easy enough. And this will tell you if you want to set up a new Haxe Flixel or if you want to install. This will tell you if you want to set up Haxelib, and then you got Flixel. That's the library, and then you change this version. If you want to install a new one, you would replace set with install, and it will install for you. It should be in the BAT file. If you want to open it, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is open Visual Code Studio, have a BAT file, and put it on another screen, and then drag it into VS Code, and it will open for you. It looks like a basic text file once you open it. And yeah, that's all I have to say for this one. All right. Now, because this is a new one, there is no, what is it called? There is no .haxelib, no repository. So what I will do, this will be like a completely new one. So this will take as much time as normally what you would have time for. So it's not going to be like I don't have to install anything. I'll show you what I would do and what is best to do, I guess, because I don't do it exactly well enough. But it doesn't change what happens. Right. So this is what it is. Install dependency. These ones are just echoes. And then Haxelib new repo, it would automatically put a Haxelib file for you. And all these, the rest of these would be installed in that .haxelib. So let me decide. So if I open here, you'll see .haxelib and Flixels being installed and lines being extracted. And then everything, after everything's in there, you would have to go into CMD. Right. Let me go back here. At the end of the video, I will show you what you have to do for if you want to do it without the CMD. I will have to show you. It's all these commands, but you have to put it separately in the Haxelib new repo. For the VS Code, I think that's a bit different, but if you want, I believe you can. Let me just put it in here. It will everything in here you can just put inside of everything you do in here you can put inside the command prompt and it will do everything. Alright. Okay. So after all these are installed, it's a really simple step at the end. I will also show you some extra things you can do to customize. There is also another, like there's two types of when you want to extract it. So like you got line test windows. There is another one you want to make sure you remember. And the other thing is I will show you one other file, which is called Project.xml, what it does, what you want to do if you want to customize your entire thing. I've used it before, so I should be able to help as much as I can for that one. Let's just wait for this to install. See how far. Flixel UI. Let me just. All right. Okay. Um. Ooh. All right, Lime setup Flixel. These do take a lot of time, so I would recommend you have to be patient enough to wait for this to download. I think because FNF, if you want to press the setup, if you want to like compile it, you have to be very patient because I think it takes up to 5 to 10 minutes just to open all of it. So you have to be patient, or you can do something else that would distract you from anything. But as this runs, if you don't have a good enough PC or laptop, while this runs, sometimes if you play like a high resolution type game, it will start to lag. So I would recommend to keep this on, go on another device, or just wait for it to install and come back to do it. Sorry if this tutorial is boring because this is my first time making a tutorial on this. And with the BAT file, if I wanted to make a new one, it would take a while because I think this one took me 14 minutes to make. I just wanted to show you how I made this and what code types you can use. So, like Haxe new repo, I would explain to you what each of these does. But for the installs or the sets or the git, they're pretty simple. For set, you want it. All it does is installs a new version, and you press yes for it. It will install a new version, set it to the new version. Um, then the installs, it would install a new version. For the run, what it does is, from what I've seen, I believe it installs everything within the setup Flixel. Right, and then let's see. It's all HX code C. Should be pretty close. What that does is the gits are like an install, the run install, but basically, and that's all you have to know. The other way is opening the command prompt the same way you want to compile the game, which I will show after this is all done. Because before this is all done, it will say you are missing this library. Do you need to install it? And that's if you're missing that, you won't be able to install. And once this is all done, you do the same thing. It will automatically install for you. It will take a while because they have to compile every single source code inside of it. So after everything is all compiled, put into a game, it will automatically open for you. Mhm. Margin. I think this has happened before. Uh, yeah, this has happened before. What I did before was I would try to put some keys, which I don't think would have worked before. So if I pause here, I would usually close and then reopen it. Since everything else would be already installed, if I close it, everything would be like you don't have to installed, already set. So I will close this, reopen this, and then as it says here, install Flixel, you already have this installed. Install FNF already installed, and stuff like that. Oops, I left this on open up here for too long. All right. Basically, while we wait for this to download, I will see if I can explain to you what the Project.xml does. So automatically, your game would be installed with the file name Psych engine. Oh, yes. Automatically, it would set it to Psych engine as a file name, and the Windows name would be Friday Night Funkin' Psych engine. What Project.xml does is you can remove some sort of certain functions. Like if you don't want any videos, you can remove that. If you don't want any Lua being able to be used, I hate script, you can remove that or you can keep it. I'll explain to you how you can do those. And the other thing is it can also name the file name. Like if you don't want the file name when you open the game to be Psych Engine, you can name it to like something like Monica.exe, or the name of the Windows would be like Friday Night Funkin' Monica.exe versus DDTO plus. Because these are new versions, you would want to press Y, where Y is yes, N is no. I'm not entirely sure. I've never used that one. So for these ones, if it asks for like set to a new version, you would always press yes for these ones. All right. So like I said, the project.xml, you can rename files, you can rename the Windows name, you can like stop certain functions, you can also generate the file type, so you can have both. You can open assets. You can make it so that it doesn't install it. You can rename the assets. Um, yeah. It's going to be quiet for a while until this is all done. Um, if there's something gone wrong, I will have to go back to check. And yeah. Uh, it's, Now, this is the last thing you need to install. And after this is done, it will finish it. And because of pause, it will say press any to continue, and it will automatically close your BAT file. Okay. So now that's all done. You can close this. And when you go into this file, you would have to type cmd. This would open a command prompt according to this file name. So when you press cmd, it will automatically open this. So for those who doesn't want to use the BAT file and want to do it automatically, whatever's in here. So like if you want to write Haxe new repo, automatically put it here, and it would just do the same thing as what the BAT file does. Everything inside of that BAT file you put inside, except for the echoes, you would have to put inside here. And yeah, it would do automatically. The other way you could do it is automatically open command prompt, and it would just go into uses like this. If you want to open it to a new file like this, you would type cd and then put this file location in here. And what it automatically does is it opens the file you want. For a quick and easy way, just focus on this. Just type cmd in the file location name, and you will put it on here. Now, the next step is typing line test windows. All right. Okay, so we're missing this. So I will go back into the BAT file and let me just, I can do it here as well. Haxe install HScript iris 1.1.3. Right, and I will also put it in here. Haxe install HScript iris 1.1.3. It will also be put inside the BAT file, and this will automatically install it into your .haxe. And whatever area you're missing, you can add it to the BAT file, or you can automatically put it in your command prompt. So line test windows. Gotta wait. Okay. Now, whatever is on here, this means that all the source code can be compiled now. And you would have to wait until the game would be open. So as this continues, I will open. All right. As you can see, export is here. So you go to releases, Windows, bin, and everything you want, like the game, the files. So whatever you want, you put in here, and everything would be put. So like intro text, character list, stage list, everything's in there. All right. Now, because I was going to show you Project.xml, I don't mind the bad colors. This was my this is my theme for that I made a while ago. So everything on here, this is what you want to focus on. I'll zoom in. All right. So this is the app you want to change the title. So this will be easier if I show you. So you got, if I name this Gutao, as you know, all files or game names would have their own windows like this command prompt. And then on top, it will also tell you the name of the window. This is what it does. So I'll name this back Psych engine, and I will show you this again. This changes the file, so you can name it to anything you want, and it will put as a new exe file. These ones I am not sure what they are. If you want, you can change the versions. I think it's already in the game, so whatever's in the source code, this will put onto the main menu as 0.2.8. Put in anything else, it will also change. All right. This one's app ID. Some of these I have no clue what they are, so bear with me, I'm not entirely sure. All right. Mods allowed, you can press, I'll show you. me just try. All right. Yeah. Now this, I haven't actually used this, but these show that you are inputting a comment. So what this does is whatever is inside this, even if it's like a line of code that you need, it would say, oh, this is not a line of code, we'll just ignore it. It's just comments on which the people who open this code would just read. If you remove it, this will be put in. So the comments, if you want to, there's two ways you can delete it. You would either go onto here and delete. This means that it won't do anything. And the other is that comments I showed you before. Now, these Psych engine logo, I never would delete any of these. Yeah, all right. So desktop specific, mobile specific, and switch specific. Those are all I focused on. So what this does is these ones just opens OBSS, crash handler. Every time the game crashes, it would automatically put a crash log, and it will put a file name crash. Open the crash log, find out. You can go on the. I don't think you can use the GitHub anymore, but if you can find any other way to find the problem, you can do that. So everything else is just what you want to put. This one is just icon stuff. All right. Yeah. So that's all that's for this one. What I mainly use is this area. Name the company. I would change the version name sometimes, or file name and title name. Those are mainly what I'd focus on, because with the other ones, if you don't know what you're doing, then I would recommend not to use it. Right. Since title and file are the most easiest to understand, I would recommend only playing with these. And for this one, this is what else I have to show you. When you press Lime Test Windows, it would automatically download as a release file instead of a debug file. If you want to change it to debug, what you have to do is write Lime Test Windows -debug. And there is going to be one sort of error, which is to remove that error, you would always put Lime Test Windows clean with the dash. I will show you all those commands. And I will explain to you about the Lime Test Windows. All right. So the Lime Test Windows, as you know, it takes a really long time. While we were talking about that, this is how long it's taking. I'm doing this fast because you don't need to worry about any of these. So after here, all the way till here, it's still going. All right. Now, the last thing is explain. All right. Now it's down. Now it's going to open the app in a bit. Now we just wait. Ooh, these ones taking longer than I thought. All right. So when it goes to link application main, it would automatically open the Psych engine. And as you can hear, it's open. Now, this is the other things I'm going to have to explain to you. You can also do Lime Test Windows. Right. Okay, Lime Test Windows. And then you do clean. That is for one specific error. I will search it up. And you also got debug. Debug's actually pretty helpful if you want to. I would recommend just staying to releases because you don't want to use too much work. So you would focus on debug less. Right? So if I want to, I've already done everything. I've edited something. Say I've edited something in the files. When you press Lime Test Windows, it's not going to redo the entire process. It will only change and recompile everything you've only changed. Because I don't think I've changed anything, it would just do a little thing, and then it'll open it like that. There's a little file time. It will change the application name and the assets cache. So what it does is it will change the application, it will relaunch it, and the assets will be relaunched. And then it's just like compared to all this installing every single part. Lime Test Windows Clean, it's just everything in the exports. Exports would be deleted, and it will reinstall it for you. Okay. Let's just go back. See export, releases, Windows, bin, and then this is the file. All this is downloaded. Okay. Now for this, I showed you before, but if we go into the code, you can go to build instructions and see all of these is building, .haxe lib, you want to do setup, but like I said, you can just do new repo. Now see, this is the error I was telling you. I have an error saying application main.exe fatal error LNK1120, one unresolved externals. If you see anything with that one unresolved externals, you just retype Lime Test Windows, and it will clean everything and do it again, and it will launch just like normal. I can't show you that part, but if it comes into another tutorial, I will show you how that works. All right, let's turn that off. And yeah, that's all I have for this video. Hope that was helpful. Sorry this took so long because I wanted to explain as much as I could. If anything's wrong with my explanation, I would say just put down a comment saying what I could do better, and I will see if I can remake this tutorial again or re-explain in the next one, just like as a little recap. And yeah, thanks for watching.